And here we go, folks. This is it. The most powerful, most incredible air purifier we have ever had as a Today Special with regards performance, filtering the air. That might be the smoke, the dust, the pollen, the dander, the dust mites, the mold spores. With over 1,000 now reserved today in all the years I've been presenting air purifiers, I don't think I've ever seen one sell as quickly as this has done this evening, and there is good reason. It's about protecting ourselves in our home and nurturing a healthier home, because what we cannot see can hurt us. As we are at home right now, there is stuff floating in the air, which is why we have to dust and clean. Here is, you know, a piece of material, right, metal or glass, and it's covered in dust, filth, but that's actually in the air and you're breathing it in. Back in the day, when we used to present air purifiers, it was a happy-go-lucky topic. We would talk about smells and the odors, the cooking smells. We did some fish and broccoli, the pet smells, the pets always stinking up the house. We used to talk about never having to buy air fresheners or plug-ins or candles or oils. We also would talk about allergens. Not a cure, but a lot of us struggle with the sniffles and the itchy eyes. Mine have been terrible recently. And we talk about how cleaning the air has got to be a good thing. Over the past 12 months, the story's changed a little, and the importance of an air purifier has really hit home. We're all conscious about what we're breathing when we're outside of the house, protecting ourselves, but what are we doing to protect ourselves inside of the house? What are we doing to clean the air? Well, here's LivePure, a brand that is focused on the next generation of technology. This is not a normal air purifier. This is a large air purifier, and for good reason. This is a more advanced model that can purify a large space. For many of us who order this tonight, it is the only air purifier that you will need in your home, rather than having one in the living room and the bedroom and this room and then that room. This is perhaps the only one you will need. It is also an air purifier that has a real HEPA filter. Real HEPA is the gold, if not platinum standard. Most, if not all air purifiers want to be real HEPA, but the majority are not real HEPA. Not only is it high performing, not only is it real HEPA, but there are some magic words that I'm gonna say right now that could tip you over the edge with this. This is one of the only high-performing air purifiers that is real HEPA that we have that has a forever filter. You do not need to sign up for auto ship on replacement filters. I'm not offering replacement filters. There are no replacement filters. You can't buy replacement filters because you don't need replacement filters. This machine has a forever filter, a permanent filter. So when you buy it tonight, you'll never spend another dollar, another dime, another penny on it. Now, this is an expensive model because it's best in class. It's normally $350 at retail. Our price at HSN is normally $300. We're at under $200 while supplies last. And I say that because we are well ahead of where we expected to be at this part and this point in the day. The worldwide demand for air purifiers, not just here in the United States, but in England and Germany and France and Australia and New Zealand, all around the world, has been at an all-time high. More and more people know the importance of protecting themselves and their loved ones with an air purifier. That's why it's been so hard to deliver a Today Special. This is here today because of the demand. It's about feeling more empowered and more powerful, less vulnerable. This is a model that has all the features, from sleep mode to a timer, to speed, to an accent light. It has a 6-year warranty with it. I want to read to you a quote, and I wrote this down word for word because it's really important. And I think maybe it hammers home why we're seeing the demand that we are. Americans, on average, spend approximately 90% of their time indoors, where the concentrations of some pollutants are often 2 to 5 times higher than typical outdoor concentrations. What does that mean? It means that for most of us, the air inside of our homes is up to 5 times more polluted than the air outside of our homes. This is an air purifier that comes in 3 colors. It comes in graphite, it comes in midnight black, and it comes in the most popular color, pearl white. If you only buy one thing tonight, it should be an air purifier. Our home health and wellness expert, the amazing Vonabelle Sherman, joins us live. Vonabelle, I'm thrilled to spend this evening with you talking about this. You know I'm passionate about it, as you are. There has never been a more important time to bring an air purifier home.
Oh, yeah. I think we're just all a little more conscious. Some of us are being a little more vigilant about the air that we breathe. We're thinking about it. So I want to be part of that education tonight, because there are particles in the air that we can't see. They're so tiny. So we're going to remove 99.97% down to 0.3 microns of all the particles in the air. Now, for you, that might mean you have a smoker in the house. Now, smoke is the smallest particle, 0.3, but it might mean pollen because you have an allergy to the outdoor. And we're coming into the seasonal allergy: grass, weed, pollen, trees, all of those things are going to be irritating you. Maybe you had a flood this year and it had some mold, and mold spores are floating around your house. We can take care of those too. And how we're going to take care of those is 2 layers of filtration. The first in this big part is cocoa carbon. Now, cocoa carbon of the good, better, best is the best in its class, and it's meant to capture the big particles. Then when we lift the cocoa carbon away, here's a peek. I love this little graphic. You can see inside, what's going on inside. The true HEPA is underneath that, and true HEPA is important because you don't want the fake HEPA. You want something that is certified to remove 99.97% of the particles down to the 0.3 microns. And then a nice little accent light, which I like. You can use that or not use that. That's totally up to you. Here's another great thing. If you've been thinking about an air purifier, but you thought, like me, you might have thought, I love air purifiers, but I don't want to spend $50, $60, $70 on a new filter in 6 months or 4 months. This is a permanent or forever filter. All you do to bring this back to its original performance is vacuum it. So you have an upholstery tool like this. We all have that. And when you're vacuuming your floors or your carpets, go ahead and vacuum this clean. It comes back to its original performance. And you can vacuum both layers. This also has a sealed gasket, which is so important, and I didn't know to think of it either. But as I think back, I used to have an air purifier that was paper. Guess what? If you have a paper one, go look. It bypasses. The air is not sealed. It bypasses the filter and comes out dirty, and maybe that's why you haven't been feeling good and saying, well, I already have an air purifier, but it doesn't work that good. So Adam's giving you that close-up look of a sealed gasket, true HEPA, and cocoa carbon. Now, in room size, this is so great, Adam. With this unit, you can do your smallest room. So let's say you have a room like I do, 10 by 10, 10 by 12. We're going to clean small rooms like that 22 times an hour. Then let's come in the middle, 550 square feet, which is the middle recommended because there is an outside third-party agency that regulates air purifiers. And their goal, because you need a standard, you need something to start somewhere, right, is that we want to clean the air 5 times every hour, every 12 minutes. How do you do that? Well, with this unit, you'll be doing 550 square feet. But if you want to take this all the way up to the 2,000 feet it can do, we're going to scrub the air clean 33 times a day. Now, that's great when you have a big open floor plan like I do, because I can take the air from all the way in the left side of the room and all the way in the right side of the room and all the way behind me and put it through the unit. And Adam, that's a good time to show how well we clean the air, because you have to move the air to clean the air. And so when I talk about those big spaces, you may think, well, how am I grabbing the air? So a great way to show you is we have a smoke chamber. And the smoke chamber proves to you, really shows you that we move the air to clean the air, which is so important. And, you know, a lot of things in our lives have a side effect, and they're often not a good side effect. In this case, we have a great side effect. A great side effect is you will dust less, because you will have less dust floating in the air. So earlier in the presentation, Adam showed you that piece of glass with the dust, because that's what happens. You know that. You experience that on your furniture. But if you use an air purifier, you will have less of that. So watch this clean the air. It moves the air to clean the air. If you don't move the air, you can't clean the air. So we're going to show you and prove that LivePure moves the air, cleans the air, scrubs it clean so that you won't react to allergens. Look at that, Adam.
It's so fast, it's so quick, and again, that's the power and performance. You must understand, I've done that demonstration 1,000 times with various air purifiers. None of them move the air as quickly as that. But this is an expensive unit. This is $350. We're not going good or better, we're going best. And a lot of people say that, and we've heard that. People don't want to necessarily spend $100 here and $100 there, and one in this room, and one in that room, and one in the other room. Just give me the best. Give me a whole home solution that I can have, that I don't have to think about or worry about. And that's why this was created. This technology is the premier, is the premium. There's a price tag with that though. For one day only, that price has gone from $350 to under $200, and we're proud of that. Because again, it's nurturing a healthy home. Listen to everything Vonabelle has to say. Listen to the features and the benefits. Again, we'll talk about odors and smells and getting rid of those. We'll talk about allergens, because that really affects a lot of us. But we'll talk about today. Today and the importance of an air purifier. It's never been more important. Just promise me one thing, even if you don't order this today, this evening, please memorize the words true HEPA. Because if you ever shop for an air purifier, please be careful. They will try and bamboozle you into buying one that is not real HEPA. If you and I and Vonabelle went to the store right now, and you went to the air purifier aisle and you read the box, majority of them would say HEPA inspired, HEPA type purification, HEPA type purification. I don't want HEPA type. I want real HEPA. But they're going to charge me nearly the same for copycat HEPA. I know it sounds silly, but it's true, and that's what most people will go and spend the hard-earned money on today. Saturday, people will go buy an air purifier, and they're buying one that is inferior. This is the best and highest quality that delivers the standards that you would want in an ideal world. So I encourage you, please make note of that. Insist on real HEPA. But Vonabelle, to your point, very rare do you find real HEPA that is not replaceable. This is a permanent HEPA, which is so rare.
Yeah, and you just vacuum it clean. That's all you have to do. And if you're wondering when, every time you're vacuuming your floors or your carpets, think about vacuuming it. But if you forget, it's right here, HEPA filter, pre-filter, it will light up. But here's the cool thing. When that goes on, it doesn't mean, oh, wait a second, I need a new filter. I need a tape measure. Where do I get it? Where did I get it from? Oh my gosh, it's $70? I didn't know that. You won't have that, because all you do is vacuum it clean. So if that's what's been holding you back, like it did me, from getting an air purifier, even when you know you need it, this is the unit you want, because it will do your smallest room. You don't have to overthink it. You can put it in your smallest room, maybe a bedroom that's 10 by 10, 12 by 12, or all the way up to 2,000 square feet. And I'm going to share my open floor plan in a minute, but take a look at these. So these are just examples. You want an air exchange. You see that 1775, the 1470, those are air exchanges. That's how many times we're scrubbing air clean. In that great room, you can see it's 6.66 times per hour. If you go up to the 2,000 square feet, because you have an open floor plan and you want the most clean, we're going to scrub the air 33 times. Now, when I say open floor plan, I'm going to show you what that means, but I do want to do this first, because I think this is important, and it's something I relate to, so I know you will too. If we go to the restaurant or even in our kitchen, we see this clear water and we're like, oh, that's great, that looks good. Now, if it all of a sudden got dirty and it had particles in it and it was spotty, okay, would you still drink it?
No, no way.
Would you drink it now?
No.
Right? Would you drink this? No. I want you to have the same standard for your lungs, because you're breathing air with particles just like you're seeing in this dirty water. It's in the air whether you see it or not, because don't forget, it goes down to 0.3 microns. Now, I want to give you an example, because I'm telling you that this does small rooms and big rooms. I'm sitting in my living room. Welcome to my home. But I want to show you my open floor plan, which is why I love this unit. We're going to take you just to my left here, and you're going to see that's my kitchen. So if I burn toast, if I'm cooking salmon, the odor from my kitchen comes right into my living room. And so as it's floating back into my room and it comes in, I want an air purifier that will still remove the smoke and smell from my kitchen right here in my living room. And this is the unit that does that. And that's why I think this is special. Aside from the fact we're giving you free shipping on a big unit like this is the one. We like to call it our big Mac Daddy, because you don't have to overthink it. Yes, you can put this in the baby's room and it will clean the air 22 times in an hour. So think about that, scrubbing the air clean. In an hour, it's not even the same air anymore. And then put it in your open floor plan and you have the comfort of knowing it will do all of your open floor plan as well. And if you have been using things like sprays and candles to cover up instead of remove, maybe your spray cans and candles, it's so funny. When I learned about this, I love sharing it with you. Candles and sprays are the exact same thing you're not supposed to put in the air. You saw our chart where it said it removes VOCs. These are VOCs. They're not good for us. We're not supposed to breathe them. So if you're spending $100 a year on sprays and candles, stop that. Get the LivePure Bali air purifier home in these great colors. Look at how great the gray looks in my living room with where I have silver touches, the black or the white. And then here on your panel, you have an accent light. That's where you see the little blue. And by the way, you can use that or not, totally up to you. Then you have your speeds, low, medium, high, turbo. You have a timer, which I love. You could set it at night or day if you're a day sleeper. On, off, sleep mode. That puts it in the quietest setting so you still scrub your air clean while you sleep. And then your HEPA filter and pre-filter notifications are just reminders to vacuum. They are not notifications to buy a new filter, because this is permanent. Oh, that manufacturer's warranty, great, 6 years. And by the way, this is LivePure, so it's also USA-based customer service. It's also Energy Star rated, so it only costs pennies to run it. And look at the difference here. Look at what I've gathered on the purifier. Look at that. If this was not here, it would be in my nose and in my lungs. And this is what it should look like. 2 layers of filtration, not one, which is also important. And then that sealed gasket. Super important. I didn't know. That's why I want to tell you. If your unit at home needs a new filter, don't get a new filter. Get this one, because you'll never buy a new filter. And this has a sealed gasket. So you will get the cleanest, freshest air, which means 99.97% of the particles removed, all the way down to 0.3 microns. 0.3 microns can be smoke. And if grandpa lives with you and he smokes, but nobody else likes the smoke, you need an air purifier. If you have respiratory issues or COPD, often a doctor will recommend an air purifier, not a cure, but it helps to clean your air because you're breathing it. And whatever you're collecting on this filter is saving your lungs. And also less dusting, Adam, which I like.
And you can see that because, you know, we have a piece of glass out here, and we you know, just to emphasize and showcase and highlight the dust, right? So here it is. I mean, it's very dusty, and look, you can see on my finger, there's a lot of dust on there. But the reality is that dust is in the air. So the one thing that nobody can disagree on or have an argument about is the dust that's in the air. Now, we can't see it, but we know it's there. We know, just like when Vonabelle showed us the glass of water, and it was crystal clear, and then she put some dust in it. Ooh, I don't want to drink that. Ooh, get me a new one. That's in the air. So if you don't have an air purifier, you're just breathing it in. But when you see it, well, I don't like that. But it's in the air. That's why we have to have an air purifier. Now, when you buy an air purifier, there is many different models, many different types. And one of the best things about HSN, as we have always strived to do, is give you the information so you can make the decision that's right for you and your family. When you buy air purifiers, there are standard air purifiers, and then there are true HEPA air purifiers. This is a true HEPA air purifier, giving you the best efficacy at removing the dirt, the mold spores, the dust, the dander, the odors, the bad stuff that's floating in the air. This is an air purifier that has next generation technology that allows for a permanent filter. So not once have I had to say, don't forget, pick up some filters. You're gonna need those filters. Every couple of months, get a new filter. You don't need it. You don't need to buy anything else. I don't need you to spend money on anything else because there is nothing else to buy. This filter is a permanent filter. You simply vacuum it and you're good to go again. So a permanent forever filter will save you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the lifetime of your air purifier. So we've talked real HEPA, we've talked a permanent filter, and now we talk about the convenience of a one-stop shop. Rather than spending $150 on a smaller unit that only does a small area, so you put one in the living room, one in the bedroom, one in the dining room, one by the sofa, one by the chair, give me one unit that's gonna do the entire space. Well, I prefer that. Then it's one and done. I don't have loads of air purifiers dotted around the house. That's what this is able to do. Now, the cost of this is expensive. There's no hiding that. There's no concealing that. The price is really $350. I mean, what's the saying? You get what you pay for, right? You get what you pay for. $350 is price prohibitive. It's a lot of money. It's worth it. It's a lot of money. We're normally on HSN presenting this at $299, and we're proud of those savings. If you buy it today, you're down from $299 to $199. So we've sliced the price paper thin. We're at the lowest price ever on our most advanced, most powerful LivePure model. Now we're gonna send it to you with free shipping and handling as well, and as Vonabelle said, because it's not a small item, she called it the Mac Daddy, the Big Daddy, it is the daddy of them all. This is a fabulous addition to have free shipping and handling. It saves you 20 bucks there. I have 8 minutes left. These are the final 8 minutes that I will be talking about this for the whole year. This is the only day where it is scheduled as a Today Special. I hope that all the information has been useful. I hope you buy one though. You notice the difference, you feel the difference, you feel like you're doing something proactive. And you think about today, and certainly we said it again, and I'll say it again, odors, smells, allergens, yes, but what about protecting the air we breathe? When we walk outside of the house these days, we're certainly concerned about filtering the air that we're breathing, right? We're concerned about maintaining our health. You have to remember, if you're at home and somebody comes into the house, you're at home, what are people bringing into the house? What are you doing to clean the air inside our house? Especially when it's cold out, when you close the doors and the windows and you're trapping everything inside. We know that the air inside our home can be up to 5 times more polluted than the air outside of our home. This helps to guarantee and ensure that we're creating a more healthy environment. In terms of color preference, I don't have one, and neither do you. They are all selling evenly. This is the Graphite Gray, one of the newest colors to the collection, Graphite Gray. This is going to be your midnight black. It is popular in this area, in the midnight black. Notice the fabulous accent lamp right down there, if I don't fall onto it. This is going to be your white, which is the pearl white. Again, there's the accent light. If I want, I can turn the accent light off, so it can go on or it can go off. And I love, Vonabelle, the touch control panel that we have. Again, it all blends in with the high-end features.
Yeah, and you know what I like, Adam? This is our biggest unit, is our Mac Daddy, like you said, but it's so pretty. So if it's in your room, you're not drawn to it except to say, "Ooh, that's nice looking," and contemporary colors and on-trend colors. So that's really nice. And I do like that we can do any space. So if you're listening and thinking, well, I want it for my smaller room. Yes, this will do your smaller room. Oh, but I want to do my open floor plan where, it's my bonus room into my living room, into my kitchen. Yes, because this can do up to 2,000 square feet. This is from LivePure. They really take great pride in bringing you nice products. They give you a 6-year warranty. They give you US-based customer service, meaning if you have a question or a problem, you will reach America and speak to an American, and a lot of people really appreciate that. This has a sealed gasket. That might be new news to you. If you have an air purifier in your house, I want you to go look, is it a sealed gasket? And so then you know that all the air is being forced through the 2 layers of filtration, and it is allergy season next month. So the weed, grass, tree, pollen are all going to be floating in the house, or the second you go outside. So if you want to capture that, because as you look back, you think, yeah, I suffered last year, you can have this air purifier that will do a small space or a big space and feel better, because we're going to capture all of those particles, all of the indoor allergens as well, like dust, dust mites, mold spores. So we're going to get everything. It is really a nice big picture. This micron picture is great because after this, I want to look at that exercise ball because this will make sense. I want to share with you. 80 to 100 microns is just one single hair. Going down from that, at 0.3 microns is the pollen, which I just mentioned, household dust, pet dander, and then tiniest is the smoke. You might not understand visually what that is, so I want to give you a good visual. Adam has an exercise ball in the studio. I want you to think that is like Big Hair, Texas, because that is just one strand of hair. That blue ball is one single strand of hair, and I have good friends who live in Texas. That would be big hair. But now Adam is going to show you a bead, and it's going to put it in front of that ball. That bead is those 0.3 microns. Now imagine how tiny they are when you think of that ball being one single strand of hair. We're going to capture all of that, leaving nothing untouched so you feel better, you breathe better. You go to sleep and you don't wake up in the middle of the night with a drink of water because your throat bothers you and your eyes bother you. And the reason is, look at this. This is what we capture. Look at everything. And this one is real. I lent this unit, the Bali, to my son, Jamie. He ran this for a month in his apartment complex, and that's what he collected.
Crazy.
This is what it should look like. So if this is the dust that was collected, he would have been breathing it. It would be in his nose. It would be in your lungs. If you're breathing this, it's your lungs, and you're struggling, and you're affecting your breathing and lungs, especially if you have any breathing disabilities or COPD, which happens. Not a cure, but an air purifier is often the first thing a doctor recommends, and look at that difference. And then the other thing is, you may have somebody you love who you were like, I wish they would get this, but they won't because people think of the ongoing cost of an air purifier.
Right.
You have to, in 3 months, you have to go get a tape measure, figure out what size it is, and then have sticker shock. This unit is permanent HEPA filtration. Here's what you do. Vacuum it with your upholstery tool once a month. If you have pets, once a month. If you don't, then maybe once every other month. And it brings it back to its original performance, and it lasts the life of the unit. Now, they say that's 12 years, not because it breaks or it's over, but in 12 years, honestly, right, there'll be new technology. So that's why you would want a new one, but this is going to last the entire life. There's no money pit. There's no further purchase. And if you are gifting to somebody, you actually are gifting them. They don't have a money pit. And it is a beautiful unit, Adam.
It really is. It looks great. It's whisper quiet as well. I hope you know, folks, I have all three of them on in here on the low or medium setting, and they're so quiet. I get very passionate about this like Vonabelle does. I love talking about this because it's made a difference in our home. I never had an air purifier till I came to HSN. It was me, being on a presentation, listening to people like Vonabelle who are experts. And it sank in, like, well, why don't I have one of these? Why do I struggle every day at home with itchy eyes and the sniffles? I know it's not a cure, but if I can get something to help clean the air of the allergens, well, that makes sense. Again, odors and smells is a nice, light-hearted way to talk about air purifiers, because it cleans the air. But today and yesterday and this past year, it's highlighted the importance of all that we can do to help protect ourselves. We've got to be careful what we're breathing in. Please consider an air purifier for your home. Just promise me you'll always look out. It doesn't matter if you buy this one. I'd love you to, of course, but it doesn't matter. What matters to me is that you get the right information. Do not let them sell you an air purifier that is not real HEPA. Don't let them do it to you. It makes me mad. I get upset about it because people are getting ripped off every day. Don't let them not reveal the true costs. Most air purifiers, you do have to buy a replacement filter. You do have to spend money every other month. This you do not. It's a lifetime filter, a permanent filter, a forever filter, and it is real HEPA. And this one, completing the wish list that you would have, is potentially a whole home solution. Rather than having to have one here and one there and one there and one here, this allows you to get virtually your entire space taken care of, especially if you have an open plan home. Vonabelle, all of the above reasons make it a must-have buy. This one is a non-negotiable.
I agree. And you know, a moment ago, we were sitting in my living room and I showed you into my kitchen, and you might have the same house, open floor plan. So if you burn toast or you cook salmon, it just floats into the whole house. And maybe you don't want those smells everywhere. You can have that covered. And yet many people are using candles and sprays. And it's quite funny. These are the exact same things you're not supposed to put in the air. If you've seen any of the charts, you've seen VOCs are taken out by this. Well, you need to remove these from the air, not put them in the air. So instead of spending money on these, just invest in a great air purifier that has a permanent HEPA filtration that looks great, and free shipping on something that this big is like a huge bargain, and I'm all about bargains.
Vonda Bell, we love you.
And it's Energy Star rated, so pennies to run. Like, it's a total win.
Thank you so much, Vonda Bell. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you to you and the whole LivePure team.
Thanks.
Thank you, folks, for all of your orders on this. I cannot recommend it more. I really can't. I hope you get one. Big savings if you order today. Whenever you buy anything from HSN, we always talk about HSN Protection Plus because there are no deductibles. If anything goes wrong, something happens,